everybody got that song to where when they listen to it, is I just get energy off that song.
Yeah, that's
you
your
gave
one.
me energy off that song.
Because everybody got a song, right? I know you got a
Yeah.
song,
Yes,
yeah.
I do. Yes,
You
I
know,
do.
you may have that L Boogie. I'm a Lauryn Hill, fanatic.
Okay.
Who else?
Okay.
Darnell Jones.
Yeah.
He's another one.
He's another
We're
one.
gonna get some Darnell Jones in a minute. Play Darnell Jones after we come back from a break. So listen, we here live. The ownership, we do so many radio stations.
Right.
Yes,
I was about to
yes.
say 106.3, but we are here, Intellectual Radio, iHeart Radio. We got Yaya building. She is the coldest comedian out in Chicago. If you're a comedian, if you're trying to get on that stage, come holler at my girl Yaya. She's part of the ownership club. And we got some tickets for Hobart Discount Motors. Tell them about your comedy jam that you always do every twice in a month.
Yes, I do it every twice of the month on a Wednesday. We just had one this Wednesday, so in 2 weeks will be the 18th. We got headliner D Banks. D Banks been in the game for plenty of years, over 20 something years. We got myself gonna be hosting it. We got a lot of great comedians, and a lot of great comedians always flat there. Like we done had Just Niche come through them, oh good. We just recently had Tony Schofield, D Brown, and Big Lowdown, which everybody know him as Uncle Hank and Big Lowdown. We done had a lot of celebrities come through there.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you are part of the ownership club.
And I am a part of the ownership club, 106.3.
Do
9
it.
Sundays, 9 to 11, y'all. 9 to 11.
Do it. And that's every Sunday. And when I tell you, we are here, and we are here for an amazing reason. Now, we are here at Hobart Discount Motors right now, but this lady to my left, she's going to talk to us about another amazing cause that is happening in our families. It doesn't matter if you're Black, if you're white, if you're Asian. Families experience difficulties in raising children, and I want you to really dive into autism and who you work for, the clinic.
Right.
Because I don't want to say school. Right, I said it right.
It.
The clinic. And most importantly, how important it is to get educated. So what's your name, young lady?
My name is Kiana.
Hey, Kiana.
Hey,
Kiana.
How you doing?
Hey, I'm good.
So who is your employer?
Candace, the beautiful young lady who was just on here talking about Hobart Discount Motors.
Mm-hmm.
So she owns here Hobart Discount Motors, and she also owns All Things Autism, which is an ABA therapy clinic.
That's what I'm talking about. An ABA therapy clinic.
Yes.
And what do you guys specialize in?
Children with autism. So lately, especially now, I know people are realizing there's more and more kids being diagnosed with autism. Yes. The statistics, it used to be like 1 in 64 kids had autism, but now it's 1 in 36. It's much more prevalent, and people are becoming more aware about it, but still don't really know the intricate details of what it is and how we can address it to help our kids thrive, even with the diagnosis.
Okay. And your position there is?
So I'm a board certified assistant behavior analyst.
Come on, let's talk about it. Board certified. Okay.
A BCABA.
Okay.
And I oversee a caseload, and I also assist with like training the staff, which are RBTs. They're registered behavior technicians. So everything we do requires a certain level of skill and expertise. We're not just bringing in random people off the street. You have to be credentialed to do this. So a lot of our the two main things that we focus on is one, helping reduce behaviors that our kiddos have. A lot of times you see a kid having a tantrum in a store, or they're throwing things. They might be physically aggressive. They might injure themselves behaviorally. And a lot of the times the parents don't really know how to address it, how to get them to stop. What do I do? And they're typically stressed out, and that's where we come in. So not only do we work one-on-one with our kids to help reduce their behaviors that they're having, we also help give them the skills that they need to be able to, decrease those behaviors, like communication and social skills. And we help the parents, which is probably, I would say, almost more important than working directly with the kids. We work with the parents to make sure I'm showing you what we're doing and that you can implement it in home too, so that you can see the results that we're seeing also.
It seems that you're very passionate about
Very.
This. I'm loving this.
Very.
I'm loving it. What would you say is your biggest takeaway from working there?
I think that every child deserves the ability to get the best quality services and learning system, period. They learn differently, yes, but as long as we figure out how to adapt and understand them, we can figure out how we can modify our teaching to help them the best.
I'm loving it. Any questions for us?
I do. I have a question. In the African American community, we don't want to accept what it is. If your child has certain disabilities. So have you seen more parents starting to accept what's going on and get the help for their child that they need, like speech therapy or
So
behavioral therapies?
I would say every ABA clinic has a wait list about a mile long.
Okay.
Over a mile long. So I would say that a lot more people are seeking out the services because of where we're located in Gary. The bulk of our families are African American. I would say that I think people are more leaning more towards figuring out what it is. I still come into contact with parents who are just, in denial, and they don't know. My family doesn't believe in that. I have seen that a few times, but the families that we work with for the most part are really, they want the best for their children. So regardless of what the situation is, they're going to try to put their best foot forward. So
Excellent.
to kind of answer that, yes and no. You still have those people that are like, nah. But I feel like the more it's spreading, the more awareness we can get out there, eventually, hopefully, people will just kind of get on board, like address it and tackle it and deal with it the best way that we can.
I have another question.
Yep.
You got one?
I got one, but I can wait till after you, though. Thanks. I have a question. My question would be, do you all offer support to the friends of the family? I myself have children that don't have any type of disabilities
Mhm.
besides some mental disabilities. But the part that I have a friend and my friend child has autism and we
Mhm.
are very close. So now me and the child has become very close.
Mhm.
And in the beginning he didn't like touch and he didn't like to be talked to.
Mhm.
So me just being a person that love kids, it was kind of I had to wait till he wanted to be talked to and
Right.
learn to. So do you all offer support to the families? Because I know we all here knows it takes a village.
Mhm.
And I do know that a lot of friends, if you're friends with somebody for so long, you and the child you all
Right.
grow a bond. So do you
Absolutely.
all offer like group to like friends and family members that's also don't know exactly the preference of the child and how to learn it?
Okay, that's a deep question. I'm going to kind of explain why. So, all of the services that we provide, ABA therapy is covered through insurances. They have to provide it, but they only provide it given a diagnosis of autism. So, everything that we do it's medical. It's based on medical necessity. So, we have to be very protective of our clients' privacy and information and things like that. That being said, we can't just let like friends of family members kind of come in and invade the space because of HIPAA. But I'm providing services for a client and their mom wants to come in for a parent training, which most places do it at least once a month. Sometimes they do it once a week. If I'm meeting with this parent for a caregiver training and they decide to bring their family friend, as long as I have their consent and their permission, they can absolutely sit in on the parent training services. As far as like group trainings and resources and things like that we could provide to other individuals who are not necessarily in the community, but you're in the community, I would say that Candace does a really good job of coming up with different ways that we can disseminate the information in a HIPAA governed manner. So that's one of the things I would like for us to do more of is have like these once a month, do an informational meeting, or something like that, just so that we can get the information out to the rest of the community who's not necessarily in our services at the moment.
Okay, makes great sense.
Awesome. Um, my second question is, when should like new parents or new parents
Mm-hmm.
learn to recognize the signs where their child may be on the spectrum?
So this is controversial. um, you can get your kiddo diagnosed as early as the doctor that I know diagnoses as early as 2 years. It's either 2 years or 18 months, but you can start seeing those signs early, like within the 1 year to 2 year range, you can start seeing signs. So you'll see things like limited to no eye contact at all. You'll see that they're very kind of to themselves. They don't seek out social interactions. They might do like repetitive behaviors or stimming. If you people commonly know it as stimming, so that could be the hand flapping. It could be twirling in circles. It could be like tensioning of the body muscles, like different things like that, where they're looking for sensory input. There's a lot of different factors that you can see early on And I think a lot of times we say, oh, well, they just being a kid, and they could be. But at the end of the day, you would rather, if you feel like you're seeing these signs and you're not sure, at the end of the day, go take them to your pediatrician. At the very least, have them evaluated so that you will know going into it how you need to adjust your life, because it's a huge adjustment. It's going to change the way you parent. It's going to change the way you do a lot of things. And the earlier you can identify it and get them services, the more likelihood of their success. It's very difficult. It's more difficult to do ABA therapy and get it to actually work and be beneficial with an older kiddo than it is with a 2 and 3-year-old. It's so much easier because they're in those critical learning stages. It's easier to teach a younger learner. So the earlier, the better, whether you're in denial or not. Just even if they don't have autism, scratch it off the list. But I recommend early testing and intervention for sure.
One last
Go
question
ahead,
from
baby.
me.
Go ahead. You got them
Okay.
coming. Come
Go
on.
ahead, go ahead.
Okay, so at the school, correct?
Clinic.
Clinic.
Sorry, I'm
Thank
sorry.
you.
At the clinic, do you also offer like OT, PT, or speech therapies?
So we don't currently. Our goal is, we've only been open a year, which is an amazing accomplishment for
yes,
sure.
Yes,
Yes.
Our plan is to get OTs and SLPs on site so that we can provide those services as well. Currently, we only provide the ABA therapy, but we definitely encourage our clients to seek out those services to the providers if it's necessary for them. But that's in the plan. So yeah, pretty soon we will have those services on site. Yep.
So I know. Did you?
No. Okay.
So I know. Let's transition over to employment opportunities. So we will be hosting a job fair
Mm-hmm.
and broadcasting live at the clinic coming up soon. So if a person is want to step into the field
Mhm.
that you are in, what are some of the things that they got to have?
So I'll start with the RBT level. So the RBTs are the technicians that work one-on-one with the kids every single day. Okay. In order to become an RBT, you have to have a high school diploma, and then you have to complete a 40-hour online RBT training course. There's a lot of different companies that offer them. I won't list names, but if you Google 40-hour RBT training, you'll come up with a lot of different things. Once you do that 40-hour training, you have to get a competency assessment done by a BCBA or BCABA, where they basically just say, okay, I'm observing you doing all these things. You got it. I'll go ahead and say you're good to go. Then you have to take a board exam and pass, and then you're a certified RBT.
Okay.
So that entire process, it sounds like a lot, but it's not really, especially if it's really something that you want to do.
Okay.
How long is the time span for that? Sounds like about a 3-month time span.
No, realistically, you could complete that 40-hour training in a week to 2 weeks, right? No less than 5 days, but up to 2 weeks. You get a comp done the next week and then schedule your exam for the following week. You could be an RBT in less than a month. It just depends on how bad you want to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
The next position?
So the next one is a BCABA, which is my position. You have to have a bachelor's degree in psychology or related field. And then you have to do, so they've changed the requirements, but at that time, to do 1,000 super and monitor me while doing it to make sure I was competent in what I was doing. After I got those hours, I sat for the exam, and I was a first-time passer. I don't want to toot my own horn or anything, but
Congratulations.
thank you.
Congratulations.
But once you pass, then you're a BCABA, and then the BCBA is a master's degree plus a few more supervision hours. So yeah.
Any questions?
I'm thinking of one, but not right now.
So I know there's a lot that goes on. I'm just so excited at the partnership with you guys, and I cannot wait to, because I know there's different income possibilities there.
Very much so.
I know there's a $1,000 bonus for one and a $5,000 bonus for others. So we will be, again, for those that are interested in getting into those fields, we will be doing a job training and an interview online site coming soon. So if they wanted to enroll their kid, or if they wanted to get a tour of the facility, what information could you leave with them?
So they could definitely visit the website, but the best way is probably to go ahead and call our direct office number, which is, hold on, baby, 219-888 9468, and then you'll get in touch with somebody there, either myself, Kiera, who's our clinical director, and we'll be able to kind of guide you appropriately to whether you need services or you're looking for employment or whatever the case may be. Just call us. We're very friendly and welcoming.
Thank you so much. See,
of course.
Here at the Ownership Club, we partner with phenomenal business owners, phenomenal income owners, phenomenal workers, leaders, and everything. We'll be back into Intellectual Radio.
You and this Donnell.
I can get out the